Funny but true story, there's definitely a Summerlin versus Green Valley vibe that goes on amongst us locals here. I don't know where it stems from, but ever since I was a kid and the two neighborhoods were developed, there's definitely a side choosing that happens. And once you choose one side or the other, the residents seem to not cross over to the other. I think maybe this comes from the fact that it's about a 20-minute drive to go from one side of the town to the other. And we've been really spoiled here in Vegas and have had very little to no traffic, and everything is actually pretty close within the Vegas Valley, especially when you compare it to places like California, where you might have to travel through several cities to get to your destination, maybe where you work or where you might have appointments. And it seems like as more people come here from out of town, that crossover isn't so bad anymore. I do know when I lived in Green Valley, I needed 3 reasons to go to Summerlin, and once I moved to Summerlin, I needed 3 reasons to go to Green Valley. Now that I've lived in and traveled to cities that have traffic like California and in Houston, I have a much better appreciation for the traffic that we have here, and it's not so bad making the trek across town. For the purposes of this video, we're going to include Madera, Anthem, and Inspirada as Green Valley, because those are communities that were added to the area after the proper Green Valley was already formed. So technically, we will be covering an expanded portion of Henderson, which is now kind of considered the Green Valley of Henderson now, which Henderson is actually a city of its own with its own mayor, police force, and city hall. Green Valley is on the south side of the valley, and it spans from Eastern to Stephanie, and again from Patrick to Horizon Ridge Parkway. So Summerlin takes up the majority of the west side of Las Vegas, and it's made up of 3 parts. There's Summerlin South, Summerlin North, and Summerlin West. Okay, let's talk about some of the features in Green Valley and some things you can expect to experience if you decide to make Green Valley your home. I actually lived in Green Valley for about 12 years, and over those 12 years, I owned 3 homes. I owned one on the far east side of Green Valley, central Green Valley, and on the far south side of Green Valley. So I actually got to experience the lifestyle of each of the areas of the community. Green Valley is in Henderson, and like I said, Henderson is a city of its own. Yes, we consider it Las Vegas, but Henderson is actually its own city with its own city hall, its own mayor, and its own police force. The top 2 reasons I decided to make Green Valley my home is because it was in Henderson, and Henderson was actually ranked the 2nd safest city in America and is also ranked one of the best cities in the West to raise a family. Green Valley is home to the Raiders practice facility and also the Dollar Loan Center, which is where our Henderson Silver Knights play. Just up the street from the Dollar Loan Center is another hotspot in Green Valley, and that's the District at Green Valley Ranch. This is a multi-use development and offers retail, residential, restaurant, and office space as well. It's right across from Green Valley Ranch Resort and Casino, and it's also across the street from Lifetime Health and Fitness Club, which also features studio, 1, 2, and 3-bedroom apartments. The district features shops such as REI, Anthropologie, and Athleta, and it also has a whole bunch of fitness flavors to choose from, as well as services such as Dry Bar, Charles Schwab, and Lash Lounge. Green Valley also boasts some of the most nostalgic luxury communities in the Las Vegas Valley. Places like The Legacy and Anthem Country Club were the initial luxury communities that were ever brought into Las Vegas. Ever since then, it has expanded with neighborhoods such as McDonald Highlands, Seven Hills, Ascaya, and Roma Hills as well. McDonald Highlands is one of Green Valley's most sought after communities to live in, if not one of the top communities in the entire Las Vegas Valley. It's located off of the 215, off of exits Stephanie, Valley Verde, and I've heard a secret that McDonald Highlands is actually expanding its community and will have an exit off of Gibson that will access that expansion as well. McDonald Highlands was one of the first mountainside luxury home communities with a Frank Lloyd Wright architectural style, and it boasted some of the best views in Vegas. It's made up of 5 custom home communities as well as several smaller communities within the guard gates. McDonald Highlands features the fitness center at Dragon Ridge Country Club, and that offers 5 championship tennis courts, a beach volleyball court, a basketball court, and the clubhouse amenities include a swimming pool and a golf pro shop. But its private golf club is what Dragon Ridge is most known for. This is because it was designed to offer some of the most awe-inspiring views from each and every hole within its course. For all you nature buffs, Green Valley's westernmost point is about a 45-minute drive to Lake Mead Recreational Center, about an hour drive to Willow Beach, and about a 1-hour drive to Lee Canyon Ski and Resort area. Green Valley is also home to several hiking trails that include the Black Mountain Trail, the Anthem East Trail, and also the Pittman Wash Trail. When I was raising my kids back when I lived in Green Valley, we were always a boating family. So living closer to Lake Mead was actually a big bonus for us because we utilized the Lake Mead area and the Willow Beach area so much, and it made it just so much more convenient to have a boat back then. As the crow flies, Green Valley is actually closer to the Las Vegas Strip, which means if you're the kind of homeowner that loves to see city views, Green Valley is probably going to be your first choice because of the close proximity to the Strip. Your views are just so much better, and there's so many neighborhoods there that have a lot of unobstructed views of the city. And of course, living in Green Valley isn't all sunshine and rainbows, so I have to bring to you the frustrations about living in Green Valley. That is the traffic. Everyone seems to complain about the traffic. So unless you live super close to the 215 Beltway or somewhere right near the Valley Verde exits, you can expect to have about 15 to 20 minutes extra drive time to your commute. And it seems like the majority of places you have to frequent when you live in Green Valley involve traveling on Eastern Boulevard. And if you've been on Eastern Boulevard at any time other than the middle of the night, you will know that it adds a lot of stress to your commute. There's just a lot of businesses, so there's a lot of entrances and exits along the street, and it causes a lot of traffic buildup. So it just adds a lot of frustration. And it actually was the main reason I decided to leave Green Valley. Once my children got to be high school age and I wanted them to go to schools in Summerlin, I really had to weigh out that extra 15 to 20 minutes on my commute, especially when I had to be doing that commute 2 times round trip. Fun fact, all private high schools are actually in Summerlin. There are no private high schools in the Henderson area. By the way, if we haven't met yet, my name is Lisa Lopez and I'm a real estate consultant in the Las Vegas area specializing in luxury real estate. My passion is helping busy families like yourself achieve the American dream of home ownership through my concierge, personalized approach to the real estate transaction. For more videos like this and about Las Vegas, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Okay, we've made it to Summerlin. I must say, ever since moving to Summerlin, I have really been able to grow into the lifestyle, and I love every minute of my life here. I love the community and I love the outdoors, and Summerlin provides all of this to me and my family. Basically, Summerlin as a whole takes up the majority of the west end of Las Vegas, and it spans from Arby on the south side, which is just south of Sunset, and goes all the way to Cheyenne on the north side. But then it goes as wide as Rampart to the mountains and narrows just a bit, and it's the width of Wallapai on the east side and the mountains on the west. The main reason why I moved to Summerlin was because my children were reaching high school ages, and I knew that I wanted my kids to attend Faith Lutheran High School, which is a private high school here in Summerlin. I also knew that there are times when you're traveling on 215 across town during those rush hour times that can add 15 to 20 minutes to your commute and a lot of frustration. And of course, when you're driving your kids to school, you have to do 2 round trips. That doesn't include the times that your kids forgot their homework, forgot their lunch, you have to go pick up a sick kid from school. That just added all that more extra travel time. So I really had to start weighing the decision of whether I wanted to bite the bullet and move to Summerlin or stay in my cozy little Green Valley area that I loved so much at the time. I will say I don't regret any minute that I moved to Summerlin. I enjoy so many different things here, such as the walking trails and the hiking and the parks and everything that Summerlin has to offer. Summerlin is a pretty special place. It's a master planned community in the Las Vegas area, and it's actually been ranked one of the best places to live in the US. Summerlin has been ranked number 3 of master planned communities in the nation by RCLCO, which is a real estate consulting company that sets benchmarks for developers. But because of its ranking, you can expect to pay about 10% more for real estate here in the Summerlin area. But this is because of all the things that Summerlin has to offer. Summerlin has over 250 parks and 150 trails that connect its 26 villages that it's made up of. That's why you pay 10% more to live in the Summerlin area. There are also miles and miles of mountain biking trails that were handcrafted by our own nature lovers and cyclists too. Red Rock Canyon is also in Summerlin's backyard basically, and that offers even more trails upon trails that you can hike on. There's sheer walls for mountain climbing, and there's also a 13-mile scenic loop that you can drive or even cycle on if you prefer. So for those of you that prefer mountain views over city views, Summerlin is definitely the place that you want to live in. Some features in Summerlin, aside from its perfection in master plan community living, is the practice facility for the Vegas Golden Knights hockey team and the Las Vegas ballpark, which is home to the Las Vegas Aviators. Summerlin also boasts Downtown Summerlin, which is an outdoor shopping, dining, and entertainment center that is adjacent to the Las Vegas ballpark. Downtown Summerlin hosts many outdoor fitness classes, the farmers market, and also the rock rink, which is our annual outdoor ice skating rink. Downtown Summerlin features anchor stores such as Macy's, Dillard's, Apple, and Sur La Table. It also features fitness centers such as Pure Barre and True Fusion. And it also has many of Las Vegas's hotspots for dining, such as Harlow's Steakhouse, Jing, and Lynetta. As I stated in the beginning of the video, Summerlin is actually made up of 3 parts. There's Summerlin West, Summerlin North, and Summerlin South. Summerlin West was actually the first part of Summerlin that was developed and features the most exclusive communities that Summerlin had. Many of them have tree-lined streets with mature landscaping, and they definitely leave you feeling like you're not in the Las Vegas desert anymore. Currently, the Summerlin neighborhoods that are the most sought after would be Red Rock Country Club, The Ridges, The Summit, and Mesa Ridge. Red Rock Country Club is actually the oldest of the 4 that I just mentioned, and it is a guard-gated community that sits on 2 different golf courses, one private and one public, and is home to Red Rock Country Club, which is a private, members-only country club. Most homes that you can find that are for sale there are about 20 years old and are in desperate need of updating. So if you're into renovations, this might be a good spot for you to purchase. But if renovating isn't your thing, every now and then you can find a fully renovated home, but of course you're gonna pay for that renovation as an upcharge. Just south of Red Rock Country Club is the Ridges. The Ridges is a guard-gated community that's nestled between the Ridgeline Mountains and Red Rock Canyon. It has easy access from 3 exits on 215. Those are Sahara, Town Center, and Flamingo. And its residents can expect to get to the freeway within about 15 minutes. There are 14 communities behind the guard gates of the Ridges, and they're made up of 9 custom home communities, 4 track home communities, and 1 luxury townhome community that has its very own clubhouse and fitness center. The Ridges is home to some of the biggest names in Las Vegas, including pro athletes and some of the biggest hitters in the entertainment arena as well. The neighborhood is intertwined among the Jack Nicklaus Bears Best Championship Golf Course and is home to Club Ridges, a private residents-only club that features tennis and pickleball courts, pools, spas, and meeting rooms. Starting prices to purchase in the Ridges is about $2 million, and that will get you into the luxury townhome community. If you want to branch out into single-family residential homes, you can expect to pay upwards of $3 million. That's for the track homes within the Ridges. If you are wanting a custom home in the Ridges, you can expect to pay anywhere from the high 3 millions, let's say about 3.8 million, all the way up to tens of millions of dollars for a property. Just south of the Ridges is the Summit, and this is the most exclusive luxury community in the Las Vegas Valley. It's home to the most elite residents in the Las Vegas area. This all custom home community offers individual lots ranging from 1 to 3 acres with the most expensive price tags in the Las Vegas area. Behind the guard gates of Summit is the most unique community living in Las Vegas, boasting its own concierge that will book anything from nights out on the town to glamping adventures in our surrounding nature preserves. The service is next level on the golf course. They have farm-to-table cuisine, a fitness center, a spa, an indoor basketball court, and its very own baseball field. The Summit has it all, and it is truly luxury living at its finest. Just south of the Summit is Mesa Ridge. Mesa Ridge is a guard-gated Toll Brothers community that's made up of 4 different communities. Mesa Ridge has its own community center that features a resort-style pool, fire pits, outdoor kitchen, social lounge, bocce ball courts, a fitness center, and an exclusive amenity center. Something to point out is that Mesa Ridge was the hottest selling community over the last 2 years in the Summerlin area. So hot that Toll Brothers actually decided to build a second community just in between Mesa Ridge and the Summit. This community, there's not a lot of information out yet. I do know that Toll Brothers is partnering with Pulte, and this little village will be made up of 6 different neighborhoods. 3 will be made by Toll Brothers and 3 will be made by Pulte. More news to come on that as soon as they start releasing information. For those of you who enjoy nature, Summerlin is definitely the neighborhood that caters to the outdoor living lifestyle. In addition to its 350 parks and 150 plus walking trails, it is right next door to Red Rock Canyon, which offers another 100 plus walking and hiking trails as well. And if road cycling is your thing, Red Rock Canyon offers a 13-mile one-way loop that many cyclists take advantage of and love to ride on throughout the week. This loop goes from one end of the canyon to the other, and like I said, it's one way, so it makes it a pretty safe area for all road cyclists out there. If road cycling is your thing, Red Rock Canyon is where some of the most avid cyclists ride all the time. The Red Rock Canyon Visitors Loop is a 13-mile one-way loop that winds through the canyon and takes you from one end of the canyon to the other. And if mountain biking is your thing, then you'll also want to know that Summerlin is actually known for its miles and miles of mountain biking trails right in its backyard. Just between the ridges and the summit are miles and miles of mountain biking trails all the way south as far as the mountains. And some are actually very easily accessed from inside the ridges if you happen to be a resident in the guard gates. And to put it into perspective to all of the other Las Vegas outdoor hotspots, Summerlin is a little less than an hour drive to Lee Canyon Ski and Snowboard Resort. It's about a 50-minute drive to Lake Mead recreational area, and about an hour and 10 minutes to Willow Beach. So as you can see, drive times from Summerlin to all of Las Vegas's outdoor hotspots is about equal to the drive times from Green Valley, except it's about a 10-minute extra drive from Summerlin to reach the Lake Mead recreational area as well as the Willow Beach area. Some of the things that I loved about living in Green Valley was that I definitely felt safe and secure. This was because I knew that Henderson was rated one of the safest cities in the US. I also loved the sense of community that me and my children felt in the neighborhoods that we lived in, and also the network of friends that we built. I also loved the views that I had of the Strip when I did have a view of the Strip in the houses that I lived in. And I also loved the fact that I knew I was getting the most money for my dollar by buying in Henderson versus Summerlin. I also love the fact that we lived closer to Lake Mead because, like I said, when my children were younger, we always had a boat and we utilized the lake almost every single weekend during the summer. I also really like the fact that my exit was the very first exit when I was coming home from California. I felt like it just cut my drive time by about 30 minutes coming home from California, even though it probably didn't. It made me feel that way, so that was what was important. Some of the things that drew me to Summerlin were first and foremost the fact that all private high schools were actually in Summerlin. Like I said earlier, the drive times from Green Valley to Summerlin were just not in my favor and would really work my patience, and I knew it wasn't a good thing for me. So moving to Summerlin was almost a must when I decided that my kids were definitely going to private high schools. The second best thing I love about living in Summerlin is the fact that I am so close to all of the local hot spots in dining, shopping, and nightlife. Even if it's not in Summerlin, it's closer to Summerlin than Green Valley. Just along the borders of Summerlin alone are great local spots such as La Strega, Sen of Japan, and Other Mama, just to name a few. There really are so many places. It really just makes me so excited to think about all of the places that you can socialize, eat, and be happy in the Summerlin area. Maybe I should do a video on all the cool places to eat and hang out in Summerlin. I can be like Guy Fieri's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, but Summerlin version. Sexy, swanky Summerlin steakhouses and more. Some of the other things that I really enjoy about living in Summerlin are all of the outdoor activities that are literally right outside my front door. From walks along the miles of trails to hikes in the Red Rock Canyons and Calico Basin, I have definitely taken advantage of all of Summerlin's outdoor activities and offerings. So, what do you think? Does this weigh in on your decision of whether or not you would choose Summerlin or Green Valley? To find out more about Las Vegas and home buying strategy, click on one of the video cards that are around me. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you're notified every time I drop a new video.